Your suggestion to people who want to change their field, same like you, because come on, you used to be a cop, now you are a lover, agave lover.
The things with BK, with Bangkok issues, one of the things that I see coming, and it's discussed in America, along the lines of reopening. One of the things that I see that nobody else is discussing, that I see happening here, and it was very close to happening last year, is the legalization of marijuana for recreational use in Thailand. Last year the government approved it for medicinal, and there was a lot of talk about approving it for recreational. In the United States it was approved for recreational in Colorado. And one of the reasons that it was originally allowed for recreational was after the 2008 financial crisis, to help produce jobs for people and to help produce revenue for the state. That's why it was allowed in Colorado. I see possibly Thailand allowing the legalization of marijuana for job revenue, people to set up their marijuana stores, people to cultivate it in the up north. The sales tax for the state, I can see this for the country. I can see Thailand legalize marijuana. That's not good for the bar industry. That cuts into the bar industry's customers.
Because people go and smoke, and they not.
And I've always recommended in the police, when people will come to me and say, "Hey, Mike, I want to be a police officer. What do I do?" I say, "Go to college or go to the military, and do not get a degree in law enforcement or criminal justice." Why not? I'll teach you all of that stuff. Get a degree in something that you find interesting, whether it be a language, computer skills, something like that. I guarantee you will be able to work it into policing. Several things can happen in your policing career. One, you suddenly decide you don't like policing anymore. And if you have a criminal justice degree, there's not much more out there. Two, policing decides it doesn't like you anymore and you get fired. Or three, something happens to you as a police officer and you can no longer work. Sort of the same thing with the bar industry. You may not like bartending, and you may devote your whole life or everything towards the hospitality industry, and then you realize the hours that it takes, the work ethic that it takes, and you may not like it anymore. But you have a degree, or you only know about hospitality, you can't fall back on anything. Or you may end up having an issue like what we're dealing with right now, where nobody ever expected this to come from.
Yes.
So my recommendation is to everybody is that do your one full-time career, put a lot of effort to it, but have something going on the side. If you like bartending, you want to be a bartender, it's great. It's definitely an honorable profession. Keep doing it, but find one of your passions on the side and try and make a career out of that. At least some part-time work, so that if something does happen in your bartending career, you can easily transition into it.
So something to keep learning on the simultaneously, which help you to move on the other platform. If
something happens to your career, you have something to fall back on.
Something like now.
Yeah, something like now, where nobody ever thought this. And it's like everybody with the policing said, you may love policing, but policing might not like you, and you get fired. And when you're fired as a police officer, you can't become a police officer anywhere else in the state. So that's what I always said to everybody. Don't, the old saying is, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because you may drop that basket and you have no eggs.
That's true.